Welcome to day 84. Now today we're going to jump right into it because I want to share an example with you of what happens when you persist in faith and in right thought. You know that faith is to have a belief in something that's true but that hasn't been seen. And in order to move a step closer, you plant a seed of hope. If you don't have faith yet, you plant a seed of hope that you will have faith, then you nourish that seed and that seed begins to blossom into faith. And then when you start to doubt the faith, you go and look for micro proof of things that have happened to prove to you that your faith has not been in vain. So it's almost like little bursts of faith becoming knowledge because you know it really has worked, right? Now that you're doing that and you're able to persist in faith and you're really just persisting in right thought, what can happen? I look at it like this. I want you to imagine for a moment that you're in the middle of a road. And it's a road, and as you stand there, you can see the road go on for miles and miles and miles, over mountains and through valleys, and you can't even see the end of the road. And I want you to think for a moment as you are on that road that you have a thought of a result that you want to achieve. Now that thought of that result is something that is going to be real. In fact, it is tangible because you created the thought that you want the result to come. Now here's where the faith comes in. What you must do is you must now exercise faith, even if it's just planting a seed of hope, that you will have faith that that result that you just created in your mind popped up somewhere, maybe 100 or 1,000 miles away. Remember the law of gestation. The bigger the deal, the longer it's going to take to get to you. But I want you to realize that you are attached to the same road that that result is attached to, that you just thought of. And it just appeared somewhere on the road, 100 or 1,000 or 10,000 miles away. And when you persist in right thought and have faith, it begins to draw nearer to you. Always moving, never ceasing. Always moving towards you. Now, the very moment you entertain fear or doubt, it withdraws. It goes backwards. It doesn't disappear, but it goes backwards. See, it's been created. It is tangible, but you can't see it yet, so you don't have knowledge of it, so you have to persist in right thought and faith so that it can draw itself towards you. Now, what happens is as you persist in right thought, it continues to come. But the second you entertain fear or doubt, it begins to retract. And when it retracts, what must you do? You must course correct. You must find micro proof that it's real and that it really is coming. Maybe it's a faint sound that you hear and you realize maybe there is something there. Maybe you look over and you see somebody else in the same exercise and you see that the thing that they created is beginning to move towards them and you go, maybe mine is too. I'm going to renew my faith. And it continues to come as soon as you begin to persist in right thought and renew the faith, it starts to come. And then here's the key. This is what moves us eventually now to the next step in the blueprint for results creation. When that thing breaches the horizon and you see that that result that you wanted to create, it's physical, there's something, it's happening and it's real, it's over there, I can see it. Now I no longer need faith because my faith is now converted to knowledge. Because I see it and I know that it is real. And if it is real, then I no longer need to doubt. And if I don't need to doubt, then I don't need faith to overcome the doubt because I have knowledge. And now I watch it draw closer and closer because the knowledge is perfect, that it is real, and that it is coming towards me. And now it shows up, and I can hold it. And I never, ever, ever have to doubt again that I am capable of creating that result. Because I had a thought, and it started. And I persisted in hope and faith that it drew towards me. And then as it drew towards me, I began to doubt and it retracted. But I renewed my faith through micro-proof. And it began to draw nearer and nearer and nearer. It breached the horizon. I saw it. It was physical. And now it's here and I hold it. And I no longer need doubt because I have knowledge. And it is the step of knowledge that is the next piece of the puzzle. So your result for today is very simple. I want you to take one thing that you absolutely know for sure. Without a doubt, you know one thing for sure. Think of what that one thing is that you know for sure and reflect on the process of what happened in order for you to understand that you know it. What was that process that brought you to a knowing? I guarantee there was hope, there was faith, there was persistence. Think through what that was. How did something that was a thought through faith and time and gestation become a knowledge? That process you will now be able to replicate again and again and again. So that's your result for today. We'll see you tomorrow.